All aboard! Affirmation Station, Affirmation Station. What's today's affirmation? Welcome, sunshine, to Affirmation Station. My name is Charente of JCLV 21, where I joyously coach life victory. And today, I am the conductor on this here train, where we learn how to maintain our mind, our body, and our spirit before going to our next destination and focus stop. This particular stop has transfer lines to the best day ever on platform 2 or the worst day ever on platform 3. Remember, you get to choose how you view your day. Like every show, I will walk you through 4 exercises now to kickstart or invigorate your day with your mind at peace, your soul feeling loved, and your body feeling right. Thank you so much, Frankie J, for all the love and dynamite. This show is recorded at Divine Timing Monday through Friday. This episode will be focusing on, if you already know it, it's Thursday. No thirst on this day. So let's go ahead and get on the good foot. Let's ease some energy that has been stagnant, and let's wake up just a little bit more. Without further ado, let me give you the cues to listen out for. If you hear this ding dong simply means that we are about to begin a new exercise. And if you hear this means that we're about to complete the exercise and get on with the moving on. So now that we know the cues to listen out for, let's go ahead and begin. This first exercise is called Say It and Claim It. This is all about words of affirmation. So if you're feeling down, remember, it's okay to frown. Just remember to speak yourself back up with compliments or saying I love you or some more declaration type statements of what you'll want in your life. Here are the instructions for this exercise. Say these affirmations with me inside that beautiful imagination of mind of yours, or say these out loud with that beautiful voice of yours. If you want that maximum muy oui, like that extra benefit, say these affirmations in front of a mirror or your front camera. Now it's time to repeat after me to set you just a little bit more free. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you, best friend. I accept and love myself as who I am. I set boundaries and respect them. I stand up for myself. I am capable of doing anything I put my mind to. I am doing my best, and that is enough. I nourish my body, mind, and soul. My feelings deserve to be expressed. I allow them to flow. Every day and in every way, I get better and better. Every day and in every way, my life gets better and better. My success is inevitable. Ding dong ding, you did it. You did it. You did it today. I love life. I love that you just poured love into yourself by talking yourself up. This is something that I will say, I really didn't know this as a child, that these words of affirmation meant as much as they do now as an adult. So remember to talk yourself up and to bring yourself up. You can be your own cheerleader too, and the coach, and the person also giving out the sweat rags. You could do all of it. You can be your entire team if you take the time to, what you just did right now. So I want to thank you for yourself, and let's go ahead and skedaddle to our next exercise. This next exercise is called the breeze of breathing. This is where we focus on our life force. Breathing is a natural thing our body does without us even asking. Today, we are going to consciously breathe, or do controlled breathing, as some people call it, as if this allows us to energize our body, focus our mind, and it allows us to be the light to all the darkness that surrounds us. Here are the instructions. If you're laying down, feel the support beneath you. Relax them shoulders and close them eyes. If you are driving, get comfortable in your seat. Sit up straight, relax your shoulders, close your eyes. I'm kidding. Please keep them open. Do not close your eyes if you're driving. Do you hear me? Don't do it. Safety first. Thank you. Moving on. If you are not driving, this one's for you. Get comfortable in your seat, move your butt from side to side, plant your feet on the ground, and sit up straight. Relax those shoulders and close them eyes for better focus. You're allowed to close your eyes because you ain't driving. Safety first. If you are standing up, go ahead and stand up straight, relax them shoulders, and if you're going to close your eyes, please remember to lean against a wall for safety purposes. If you are going to keep your eyes open, remember that if you feel lightheaded, please sit down, okay? Simply slow or stop your approach. I just want to give you all these fun little disclaimers. Today, we'll be doing the 4-7-8 technique, and it goes a little something like this. We're going to inhale through our nose for 4 counts. We're going to hold for 7 counts, and we're going to exhale through our nose for 8 counts. This is a lot of deep breathing. If this becomes a little bit too much for you, like I said, simply slow or stop. Or what you can do alternatively is do from nose to mouth and make it a more of a cycle motion instead of the super deep breathing. Whatever works for you, I'm just trying to give you a little heads up. Okay. Now that you've been given the instructions, I'm ready if you're ready. So let's go ahead and begin, my friend. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go back into normal breathing where you just allow it to flow. Ding dong ding, you did it, you did it, you did it again. You just relaxed that body, my friend. Thank you so much for going through that exercise with me. And let's go ahead. I'm going to give you a resting moment for a second. This next exercise is called Tap It In. In this exercise, we'll be doing the emotional freedom technique, also known as EFT Tapping, which is an alternative therapy for anxiety, PTSD, chronic pain, weight loss, fibromyalgia, and other conditions. This technique, to me, is 2 forms of the 5 forms of self-love that we can learn from Gary Chapman. And those 2 forms are 1, physical touch, and 2, words of affirmation. To me, these are 2 forms of self-love, which is just, ooh, makes your body feel right in so many ways. And all you have to do is use your body. That's why I think is the coolest part of this exercise, and you feel really good after you're done. So the areas that we're going to be tapping on today are 4 different areas, and they are these: collarbone, ribs, under that arm, and thymus. For the collarbone, to do that, they are the knobs on top of your chest near your neck area. Feel for them, you'll find them. It feels like little knobbies. That's where they are. The reason why we're tapping on these is because it dissolves the feeling of being stuck. It allows ease in moving forward and increases confidence and clarity. The reason we go to the ribs, which is literally going right underneath your chest area, like literally on your ribs, tap it on both sides alternately. This dissolves anger and other primitive emotions, which allows compassion, happiness, safety, acceptance, transformation, and peace. The next area is underneath the arms, which is literally right underneath your armpit, literally right there where I'll say it's in your middle area of your stomach and your front and then your back. Right there is right underneath that part of the arm. The reason why we tap on this particular area, even though it feels weird, is because it dissolves guilt, worry, and obsessing. This allows clarity, confidence, relaxation, and compassion for self and others. And lastly, we're going to be tapping on that thymus, or I like to call the Tarzan tap. And that's because we're tapping on the chest bone. That is located 3 fingers down from your collarbone. You can massage it very gently. You can ball your hand into a fist and start tapping in it lightly and gently. PSA for your body. Be gentle with all these taps. Okay. Or you can literally just tap with a couple of fingers. Whatever feels right for you, you do that. The reason why we tap on this point is because it boosts our immune system. How, you might ask? It sends white blood cells to the different areas and spaces within your body that your body is fighting without you even knowing it. Okay? So we do this to help our body do the things it's already doing for us, which is protecting us and loving us. We're also doing this thymus tap to lock in all of that new balance that we have just brought in, all that new allowance that we just brought in. Okay? That's the reason why we tap on the thymus. Now that you know where we're tapping, now you know the why, let me give you the instructions. I would love for you to accept where you are right now. Whatever you're feeling right now, accept it. These feelings are simply just a part of your alert system, and all of your feelings are okay. The reason why we accept our feelings is one, by accepting your feelings, you now have an awareness of whatever you're feeling. Two, because you have the awareness, you can now foster a change that you would like to see, as the universe and God's going to support you as you've recognized it and you've accepted it. Three, because you can change it, you can go from feeling really, really low to feeling neutral, or from neutral all the way up to super positive. That is your choice. These are the steps. Now we're going to go ahead and pair, like I said, all of these taps with words of affirmation. We're going to be using the affirmations that we did from Say It and Claim It just to really lock those in. Let's start by tapping on that collarbone of yours, and I will let you know when to switch. Now repeat after me. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you, best friend. Switch to tapping on the ribs. I accept and love myself as who I am. I set aside all thoughts that no longer serve me. I set boundaries and respect them. I stand up for myself, even when I am scared. Switch to tapping underneath the arms. I am capable of doing anything I put my mind to. I am doing my best, and that is enough. I nourish my body, mind, and soul. Switch to tapping on your thymus. We're going to lock this in. My feelings deserve to be expressed. I allow them to flow. Every day and in every way, I get better and better. Every day and in every way, my life gets better and better. My success is inevitable. Go ahead and release repeating after me. Go ahead and release the tapping as well. Ding dong ding, you did it, you did it, you did it again. You were on fire, my friend. I am so proud of you. Like, it's making me prouder and prouder. Ooh, child, thank you for the love today. Ooh, I am so very proud of you. Now that we've shown ourselves so much love, it's time to celebrate because we are great. And for safety purposes, we're doing a shortened version of the celebration song and the applause. I am so very proud of you for taking the time to pour that love into yourself. Now, let's go ahead and let's get venting on. You may wonder what I'm talking about. Let's head to the next exercise. This next exercise, I love doing it. I am all for it. And this exercise right here is where we get to vent, baby. Yeah. Vent to ourselves, vent to ourselves and to a friend, but we get to vent. And let me give you the instructions for this venting because you may not know my instructions. My instructions go a little bit like this. We vent in gratitude, baby. And it starts with a little bit of thank you. Okay? In this, I am going to be doing my own rampage for being grateful. You are more than free in this space to do your rampage in regards to things that you're grateful for. If you want to do this rampage while you write it down, go ahead. If you want to do this rampage just saying it out loud, go ahead. This is just for us to rage our gratitude. Yeah. So, thank you, God, so much for being able to do the Affirmation Station podcast. Thank you, God, for the better sounding microphone. Thank you, God, that Wisdom app exists. Thank you, God, that Dio actually did the work to bring this together with fostering a team, and they keep adding new features. Thank you, God, that one of my friends that I made on Wisdom turned 50. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you that he made it to year 50. Thank you. He's on the app spreading his wisdom. Thank you actually for all the mentors and all the people that come online on Wisdom that drop their knowledge in regards to different areas. Thank you, God, so much that by them just talking, they have helped me tremendously. Thank you, God, that I am walking in the healing. Thank you for the healing. Thank you so much for this place. Thank you so much for this time. Thank you so much that I am learning more and more about Divine. Thank you so much for Queen Bee Divine. Thank you for her baby when the baby comes, if the baby has come already. Thank you so much because her story has helped me tremendously. So thank you, God, for her and helping her to come online so I could hear all the good stuff. Thank you, God, for Kristen Brown and Kristen University. Thank you for being able to tune into her shows in the morning to just hear some more things in regards to what I've gone through and gave me reflection points and listen to what other people have gone through so I can learn a little bit. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for social media. Thank you for the App Store. Thank you for technology. Thank you for my husband. Thank you for my dog. Thank you that he's going potty outside and not on carpets. Thank you so much for my house having renovations done in divine timing for divine pricing, and everything flows tremendously smooth. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for my mom. Thank you for awesome leadership. Just thank you for this life. I can go on in regards to my thankfulness. So I'm going to stop now. And if you want to stop too, you're more than welcome to. If you want to continue on your rampage, go ahead and continue on with that beautiful words of gratitude. Exercise completed. If you're listening in and you want to share your favorite affirmation of the day or share how you're feeling after completing an exercise or just want to talk for a moment, the timer is set at 5 minutes and your time to shine is now. And if no one comes up, that is okay. We'll go into the topic for today. We'll go into this one. Okay, we've done our waiting. Now we're going to move on to the topic at hand. If you want to jump up during any of the time that I'm having this conversation, you're more than free to. Today, we're going to go do a throwback because it's generally called Throwback Thursday. So we're doing a throwback, y'all. But throwback in regards to a movie. And it's not really like that far of a throwback because it came out this year. The movie that we're going to be talking about is The Bad Guys. The reason I'm even taking the time to talk about this is I want to give y'all the gems that I got in regards to the meanings of this movie as an adult. Okay, so just so you guys know, the rating of this movie is PG. It's a comedy adventure animation film. It's an hour and 40 minutes. Was released this year, a couple of months ago. It's currently available on Peacock if you have a subscription, or if you want to purchase from other vendors like YouTube, Prime Video, Vudu, Apple TV, you can. The overview of this movie, before we get into the bars that were dropped to me, is this. After a long time of legendary heists, notorious criminals Mr. Wolf, Mr. Snake, Mr. Piranha, Mr. Shark, and Mrs. Tarantula are finally caught. To avoid a prison sentence, the animal outlaws must pull off their most challenging con yet, becoming model citizens. Under the tutelage of their mentor, Professor Marmalade, the dubious gang sets out to fool the world that they're turning good. This is what the movie's about, okay? So I'm about to give y'all like a little high level from a Charente. So when I saw this movie, it reminded me of Zootopia and Ocean's 11 had a child. That is this movie. It is hilarious. It is comical. It is cute all at the exact same time. One of the things that I learned from this movie is that it depicted where good people, praised by many, don't always have the best intention. In the movie, there was a quote unquote good guy. I'm not going to say really much anything. There was a good guy, okay, who looked all good. Everyone was praising him. He was a doctor of this, doctor of that. And he was the reason why there even was a problem to begin with. Okay. That was what I was like, what? I had a feeling, but I wasn't sure. So remember this lesson from that. Good people praised by many don't always have the best intention. Use discernment. The second thing that I learned is good individuals do actions that reflect that. Okay. So they will follow the instructions, follow the guidelines, question the guidelines. Okay. They will or as I say will be a good person what they do. I really can't really say that because I'm not a judger of those. Someone cuts me off, I just pray that they get to wherever they gotta go to safely. So use that good and the good versus bad loosely. Just gonna throw this out there. So the next thing that I learned is labeling someone as bad can hinder their growth as it is what they will always try to play out because they're always going to try to prove the statement to be right. Because why not? You're already looking at them in a bad way. So from this, I can see this from I will say, as an African American standpoint for this particular lesson that I learned, is because we have some people, I'm going to say some people, that will use their parenting in a way to say, hey, I'm going to talk down to my kid so that I can get them ready for the real world. That does not help them get ready for the real world. That allows them to attract what you are teaching them in that moment. So be mindful when you're doing that, because when you say, well, you didn't do enough, or you didn't have enough, or whatever, especially when it comes to their schooling or their personal activity, you are literally shrinking them. And when you shrink them, they're going to start then either rebelling against what you're saying or becoming whatever it is that you're saying. So be very mindful. This is from a parent's point of view. Let's say that you are a teacher, okay? Do not label that student as a bad or difficult student. Just have the grace. Just have the grace. You don't know why they're truly acting out. Try to actually seek to understand, not to just judge and label. Another point of view for labeling someone as bad that can hinder their growth, as they'll always try to play that out. Oh God. So I will say this. My mom never did this, okay? She never did this, but I have seen this play out in other people's story, where they will label their husband or their boyfriend as bad or stupid or something that's not the kindest words, okay? And that person, males generally take this literally. They will try to achieve whatever the mission is that you have tried to set forth for them, okay? So please be mindful when you're saying stuff like this, because they will try to play out whatever it is. So if you're calling them a cheater, you're calling them a liar, they're going to become a cheater. They're going to become a liar, or they're going to separate it depending on where they're at in their personal development. So please, 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 please be careful and mindful by labeling someone as bad, as it can hinder them, and it will hinder you. What you say will come back to you. Continue to be kind. Lesson number 4. Good people are individuals that acknowledge they have two choices and always choose love. The other choice that you can make is you can choose love, or you can choose fear and allow fear to consume you. That's completely on you. Another lesson I learned from this movie: good people will allow consequences to help them grow. In the movie, what you saw was the criminals, quote unquote, literally relinquishing, saying, no, we messed up. I will serve the time. Whatever time that is, I'm going to serve it. It doesn't matter what the time is. I did the wrong. I know there are consequences, and I'm accepting my actions. That right there speaks volumes. Volumes. During whatever that time is in regards to, I'll say, the time out, they're going to come back in a different way, because they know during that time they can either bring up their mind and their intellect. They can learn another thing in regards to anything really during their time of growth, because they're okay with there's a saying, don't what was it? This is a saying my mom said that my grandma said. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was something about what you said in regards to also cashing a check, but it has cuss words in it. So I can't really remember 100% properly, because I'm not trying to cuss right now. But pretty much just making sure that it was being very mindful of what you say, because you might not be able to cash that check in your bank because you don't have it. So being mindful, being aware, and choosing. And like I said, accepting what you have done. And there's nothing wrong with accepting what you have done. You don't have to punish yourself for the mistakes that you have made in this life. You don't have to do that. You can acknowledge them. You can accept yourself for who you are as a human being. And as a human being, you might have mistakes, and that is okay. Give yourself the grace. and move on from it. And by you giving yourself the grace, that's the only way you can move on. Number 6, to befriend a person that is constantly negative, you can speak up in their presence. So I have to figure out how to actually explain this one. I wouldn't say constantly negative. I will just say this. If this person is constantly showing signs of egotism, talk them up because it inflates their ego more. That's what I learned in the movie, because that's one of the ways that they used to trick some people. Okay? It was very funny. I loved it. And it was so real. Number 7, to make a negative person upset, call them out on their behavior. Or a person that did wrong, call them out on their behavior. Include yourself. Call you out on behavior. You probably might get upset. You might act out. I'm gonna recommend that you don't act out though. But if you do, just don't hurt nobody, including yourself. Okay? Okay. The next thing I learned is not everything is what it appears. So take everything with a grain of salt. Just because you hear one thing from one place does not make it fact or law. Do your research. Study thyself to prove. See what works. See what you can integrate. Throw out what you can't. Chew up the meat. Spit out that bone. Cool. The next thing that I learned is there is good in everyone. And we all can feel this feeling. It doesn't matter if you were labeled as bad, narcissist, egotistical, whatever label that someone gave you. Love is always exists. Love is always in you. Kindness is always in you. It's whether or not you choose to feel it, receive it, allow it, and then give it. Number 9. Ooh, wait a minute. Number 10, sorry. When you take the time to change for yourself, you might lose friends. If they are true friends, they will accept you for you. I think that just summed its own self up. I know for me, when I was taking the time to change during a lot of, some people say, adversity in my life, my friends were nowhere to be found. Please know that. My friends that said they were my best friends were nowhere to be found whatsoever. And when I tried to make plans, they didn't want to make plans. They kept pushing it off and pushing it off. So I cut them off. When I had moments where things were said and done that were completely unacceptable and disrespectful. Am I hurt by those things? No. Did that person show me their true colors? Yes. If you take the time to change and you change your boundaries and the person cannot respect those boundaries, it's okay to make some decisions in regards to possibly dissolving that connection, temporarily or forever. And the reason why you do that is because you don't want to surround yourself with that type of energy. What some people have said is that when it comes to specifically your friend group, you are pretty much the sum total of like what they look like. When I say what they look like their intellect, their socioeconomic class, generally speaking. And if you see people around you that are not making the money that you're looking to make, they're not really going after life like you want to go after life. Find some friends that will do the things that you are already doing. The reason why you'll do that is because it will help you have accountability and build momentum towards what's already there. If you're around people that are not doing it, it's a demotivator on accident. They don't even know that they're doing it by them just being them. It's okay to separate. There's nothing wrong with separating. And if they are true friends, they will accept you for you anyway. Doesn't matter how you changed. They'll accept you. I have had friends that accepted me just for who I am, and they love me just for who I am. And we've been friends for quite a while now. So it's time for you to change and you lose some friends. It's okay. Not everyone's going to be on the level of you your entire life. There's nothing wrong with leveling up, and you can always meet them when they meet your vibration as well. The next thing, number 11, allow consequences to run their course for those that do the action that cause the repercussions. Do I really have to speak at this one? I think I'm good here. Like, just allow the consequences. Allow the consequences. So when I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about my dog. I love him. I love my puppy. I do. He, however, has been doing some things out of his normal behavior. And I am at a point now where I just have to allow him to get the consequences that those actions occur. Okay. So he sometimes bites. So what we'll do now is that we will tell him to stop, switch it out for a toy, another toy, or we'll put him in his kennel and say there's no biting, and being very firm with that. Another thing would be he has peed in the house and not outside. So because he did that, we are now having to monitor him to make sure he goes bathroom outside. Is it something that we want to do? No. But do we have to allow the consequences to run their course? Yes. And the reason why we do that is so that he can actually learn. If we don't do it, he won't know that there is a problem because we never gave him the awareness to make the change. Translate this advice to whatever your current situation is if you're currently going through this. Allow the consequences to run their course. I remember back in the day, my mama told me this, okay? She said, if I get a call from the police station and it's because of something that you did, please know you will be sitting there all night. I will not come in the middle of the night to rescue you. It's your actions that got you there, so you will face them. I saw nothing wrong with that. So I made sure to abide by the laws so I would never have to have that call. Ever. And it made sense to me. What my mom let me know was, Charente, I love you. I taught you what was right. I taught you what was wrong. I taught you to follow the laws and I taught you to do the research. If you now get yourself into a predicament where you weren't taking care of the things or the fundamentals that I taught you, then that's on you because I did the best that I could. That's what I heard from that. And I appreciate her because without her saying that, I don't know if I'll be making all the decisions that I'll be making because I might have a way to scapegoat myself out of it. So I thank her for allowing me to have that accountability, to say that stipulation, and to make me cautious of my actions, but not in a way that I don't live life. So thank you, Mom. I greatly appreciate it. What we were talking about, guys, was the bad guys. The reason why we're talking about it is because I learned over 12 lessons just from this one kids movie. You never know what you might see, so don't forget to watch some kids movies. I'm being so serious. These are the funnest things ever. And the reason why I love kids movies so much is simply because I learned so much for them. So much. And they don't really mess with my soul that heavy compared to some topics that are covered in the rated R, NR, and non-rated, like all those other ones. I'm very cautious of those. And the reason I am because sometimes what's in them don't vibrate with my spirit in the right way. So be cautious what you're listening to. Be cautious what you're viewing. And if you're going to go ahead and view a movie, look for a meaning in it and then come and discuss it with me. I would love to have that chat with you. So now, our chat is coming to a close. Affirmation Station is coming to a close. And we got to do what we always do at this time. And that looks a little bit like this. This is the time to talk about the link tree of gifts inside of my profile. Okay. So what you're going to see in there is a life check-in form. where you can get a good reading where your mind is, your health is, your career is, and your finances for free 99. Just take the time to fill it out so you can get that awareness to make the changes that you'll love to see in your life. The next thing that you're going to see on there is a replay to all Affirmation Station episodes. We are now at episode 52, so there is 51 there that you can check out. There is going to be a video playback as well as on the Wisdom app. The video playbacks, just so you guys are aware, are on YouTube, so you will be able to stream those. Wisdom does not really allow that, and that is a-okay. There's a second way for you guys to be able to view them. The next link that you're going to see is a link to the Lighten Up Your Life with Charente Facebook community. This is where I share wellness resources, I share kudos, I share different things to uplift everyone in this thing that we call the journey of life. So you're going to see things in there that will help your mindset, that will help you with your health, that will help you with your career, and that will help you with your finances, as I am here for you and all the life lessons that I've learned so you can learn from them and make the best out of all your decisions. The last thing that you're going to see on there with me, or technically is the first thing, you're going to find multiple ways to connect with me. You can connect with me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok. I am everywhere. Charente Carr, CHARENTE CARR. That's what you're going to see, and thank you so far. Oh, snap! It is time to head out as the train gotta keep moving full steam ahead. I'm not saying you gotta go to bed. I'm not saying you gotta get out of bed. I'm not saying you gotta go home, and I'm not giving you the clearance to go off work. I do not have that authority. I'm just letting you know that we're gonna be going to our next destination. Thank you so much for listening in and riding with me to Affirmation Station. You may now exit the train and head to your next destination. There are transfer lines to the best day ever on platform 2 or the worst day ever on platform 3. Choose wisely. See you guys tomorrow for Fri-Yay Fuel in divine timing for the recording of Affirmation Station. I love you to infinity and beyond. I hope you have a fantabulous Thursday. Ta-ta for now. Affirmation Station, Affirmation Station. What's today's affirmation? I love you guys. Ta-ta.